Welcome to the broadcast and live stream of Moonshot Radio. Moonshot Radio is generously sponsored by the PNC Grow Up Great program. And here's your host, Dr. Nivea Torres.
Greetings and welcome to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, also known as KRC. Our vision is that all children in Indian River County will be ready for kindergarten. We proudly partner with the Moonshot Moment, who is transforming the next generation in Indian River County by having 90% of all students reading on grade level by the third grade. Joining me today is Sherry Siegfried. Sherry is the Director of Client Services from the Treasure Coast Food Bank. Welcome, Sherry.
Welcome, Nivea. Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to have you, Sherry. You have a lot of important information to share with the Indian River County community and other counties as well that you serve. But talk to us a little bit about the Treasure Coast Food Bank, the mission. Who does it serve and how long has it been around?
So the Treasure Coast Food Bank was founded in 1998. We're the largest hunger relief organization on the Treasure Coast and only food bank. Our mission is to alleviate hunger by obtaining and distributing food and other non-food items throughout Indian River, Martin, St. Lucie, and Okeechobee counties, so throughout the whole Treasure Coast.
Well, that is quite a range of people that you've been reaching since 1998. Sherry, talk to us a little bit about some of the programs that you have. And I do understand that you also have some programs that are specific for children.
Yes, we have several, we have outreach centers, Your Plate Health and Wellness Center, where I'm the director. We also have one up in Stewart called Whole Child Connection. And through our outreach centers, we provide application assistance to families that are in need here on the Treasure Coast for SNAP, which is Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as food stamps, Florida Kid Care, which is a variety of health insurance programs for children birth through age 18. We also do temporary cash assistance applications, Medicare Savings Program applications, and we do a lot of referral services. One of the things that I did want to point out before we kind of get into all of the programs, if you're a family that is in need of emergency food assistance right now, the easiest way to find out the closest food pantry, pet pantry, diaper pantry, or soup kitchen in your area is just to visit the Treasure Coast Food Bank website, stophunger.org, and go to the Get Help link. And there you can enter your zip code and find where the closest emergency food assistance partner is. We have over 300 partners throughout the community that provide food directly to the community for free that are in need.
Sherry, let's repeat that website again. It's stophunger.org. And if there are people who need immediate assistance now, the best way is just go on the website and you put in your zip code and you get a referral that way?
Yeah, if you go to the website, stophunger.org, and then click on the Get Help link or Find Help link, and then you just put in your zip code and the closest food pantry, soup kitchen, pet pantry, or diaper pantry will pop up for the families.
So I think it's important for people to know that you're not only connecting them to a food pantry, but you also mentioned a pet pantry and a diaper pantry as well. So these are services that the Treasure Coast Food Bank is able to connect families to.
Yes, a lot of times we realize, it's not just about food, and we want to make sure that families who are in need of assistance, especially for children and seniors, that they're receiving the services that they need. We also want to look out for our pet family, our fur family. So we do have a food assistance for pets as well.
I like hearing about that, Sherry, because at KRC, we also work very closely with a number of families, and we have heard stories where the reality is that for some people, they need to decide on whether I eat myself and how do I feed my pet. And those are difficult decisions. And if you're able to provide this assistance to the community, then thank you for doing that. It truly makes a difference.
Oh, yes. The staff at the food bank, we are all working together, especially during this time, to make sure that the families who have needs are having those needs met to the best of our ability.
Well, one question that I have for you, because I did share with one of my colleagues that I was talking to you today, and people really want to know what difference have you seen now in the requests? We are going through a very difficult time here in our county, in our state, and nationwide. So how has the Treasure Coast Food Bank adapted to this growing need in the community?
We've definitely seen a larger number in food requests through the website. If you are somebody that is isolated at home, you can put in a request for emergency food assistance. We also have, like I said, our partner agencies that many of them are still open and providing food directly to the community for free, which is a wonderful thing that our partner agencies are doing. We've also seen larger than normal turnouts at our mobile pantries throughout the Treasure Coast. And we've been blessed to have the National Guard helping us out lately. We've had other organizations really helping to get the food out to those families in need.
Sherry, and there are also people in the community who want to be able to help a neighbor. How can people help if they want to help the Treasure Coast Food Bank? What is the easiest way to do that?
So through our website, once again, stophunger.org, you can do a ton of things. Not only can you find the closest food pantry if you're in need of emergency food assistance, but you can find ways that you can volunteer your time. You can register for many of our volunteer activities directly online at stophunger.org. You can also make a monetary donation if you feel led to do so. For every dollar donated, I believe right now we're able to provide 8 meals to those in need here on the Treasure Coast, which is a wonderful thing. And so that's one thing that families can do as well. And all you have to do is visit our website, stophunger.org. You can also, through the website, learn about many of our programs and how we are interacting with the community. There is a lot of information and education on our website.
Is there a particular program that you're finding has really been highlighted during this crisis, or is there a particular program that you want to share with our viewers, Sherry?
I do. Through our outreach center, we really wanted to talk today about Florida Kid Care, which is one of the programs. The Treasure Coast Food Bank, are a proud partner of Florida Kid Care, which is health insurance for kids birth through age 18. And through the Florida Kid Care program, it is so important because 1 in 14 kids here in the US do not have health insurance, and approximately 339,000 here in the state of Florida don't. And we want to make sure that children are able to see a doctor, go see a dentist if they have that need. We don't want them missing school, missing out on different things, activities, because they are hurting with a toothache or whatever it may be. We want them to be able to see a doctor if they have that need. Florida Kid Care is our state's children's health insurance program, our CHIP program. So Florida Kid Care is the umbrella that covers all 4 programs, the state-based programs for children's health insurance, which is Medicaid, MediKids, Florida Healthy Kids, and Children's Medical Service Managed Care programs. And each one of those 4 programs, they meet the children at a different stage in their life. So they have a program for each child at their different stage during their life. All of the Florida Kid Care programs are designed with kids specifically in mind, and they provide access to essential health benefits, doctor's visits, surgeries, checkups, immunizations, hearing and vision, prescription drugs, emergency services, hospital stays, um, mental health services, maybe Mental Health Awareness Month. It's very important, with everything that's going on. A lot of adults are stressed, but the kids are stressed too, and they may be experiencing a lot of anxiety due to the current pandemic situation. So we want to make sure that if they need a mental health checkup, they can get that as well.
Sherry, we're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors, but when we
Okay.
come back, we want to keep hearing about the Florida Kid Care because it's definitely a powerful program and we want to make sure that our community has all the information. So we're going to take a break and we will be right back.
At the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, our vision is for every parent, regardless of income or zip code, to have the knowledge and tools they need to raise healthy children that are prepared for kindergarten. Our mission is to support our partners in developing a high-quality early childhood system that is family-centered. Our outreach and parent engagement specialists connect with families and build trusted relationships. KRC has chosen Fellsmere and Gifford as our two focus areas in Indian River County. Our Fellsmere office is located downtown in the city annex, and our new Gifford office is located within Victory Park Apartments. Our administrative offices are now located adjacent to Healthy Start and Treasure Coast Community Health in Vero Beach. The Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, developing a high-quality early childhood system for all children in Indian River County.
Everyday activities are great for finding moments for talking and teaching new words. Babies' brains grow 80% in the first 18 months of life. As parents and your baby's first teacher, you can help build their brain with language and literacy skills. Involve the whole family. Ask questions. The more words babies hear, the larger their vocabulary can grow. Support early childhood education by talking, reading, singing, and family engagement. This message has been brought to you by PNC Grow Up Great and the Florida Grade Level Reading Campaign.
Everyone wants to do their part in preventing the spread of the coronavirus, and doing your laundry the right way can help. This is Tom Rhodes, owner of Sunshine Laundries, with some helpful laundering tips. Do not shake dirty laundry, because that can disperse the virus through the air. If you're out and about around other people, change your clothes when you get home in case your clothing picked up the virus. For more helpful coronavirus fighting tips, visit sunshinelaundries.com.
Hello, I'm Leslie Swan, Indian River County Supervisor of Elections. Our nation is working hard to prevent the spread of COVID-19, and we all have to do our part. If you prefer not to vote in person in the upcoming August and November elections, voting by mail is a safe and convenient option. Mail ballots can be easily requested online at voteindianriver.com or by calling the elections office at 772-226-3440.
In today's media landscape, podcasting is prominent. At Planet Vero, we have the tools to deliver your podcast to all the major podcast platforms. And your podcast is heard on 3 local radio stations, plus worldwide on iHeartMedia. Then, we can add in the component of video and live stream your show to Facebook, YouTube, your website, and live stream, giving you a professional, forever video that does wonders to communicate to your clientele. Idea Garden Advertising operates Planet Vero Radio and TV. Call us and find out what we can do for you. Have your own radio show and podcast. You'll be amazed how affordable and effective podcasting can be. We will give you more professionalism, more exposure, and for less money. Don't make the mistake of investing in a show until you've shopped us. Call Idea Garden Advertising at 772-778-2832 and discover the power of Planet Vero podcasting.
We're back to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of KRC. And joining me today is Sherry Siegfried. Sherry is the Director of Client Services from the Treasure Coast Food Bank. Welcome back, Sherry.
Thank you, Nivea.
Sherry, right before the break, you were talking to us about the partnership between Treasure Coast Food Bank and Florida Kid Care. How is eligibility determined for Florida Kid Care?
So for Florida Kid Care, eligibility is determined based on household size and income. Most families pay nothing. Some families pay $15 to $20 a month. And if the family is over 200% of the federal poverty level, they do have a full pay kid care option, which is comparable to most other um, insurance. However, one of the wonderful things that they did this year for the full pay option, there used to be a deductible. They've actually eliminated the deductible for the full pay plan. They also eliminated the co-insurance for the full pay plan, and they reduced the co-payments that families would have to pay when they go to see a doctor or specialist on the full pay plan. So now the full pay plan itself is a lot of times a better value than a lot of people's employer insurance for their children.
That is phenomenal, Sherry. I was reading that also in the interview notes. So as of January 2020, then the deductible has been completely eliminated. So does that mean then that a family does not need to pay for any doctor visits? You're only paying the average cost for the plan itself.
Well, you would pay your monthly premium each month for your full pay plan or for the regular plans. However, if say God forbid, you did end up the children ended up in the hospital for some reason, you're not having to meet that high deductible in order to, continue receiving services, every year. So that's a wonderful thing that they've done this year for those families. One of the other things that Florida Kid Care, or Florida Healthy Kids in particular, has done is during this time, during the pandemic, due to the coronavirus, they actually eliminated co-pays for commonly used services, and made sure that families got free testing if they needed it through the end of this month, May. So that is a wonderful thing and service that they provided for families during this time.
Sherry, how can families get this information? And I'm also thinking about Spanish-speaking families. We do have quite a number of those families that we serve through the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative. So if they want more information about registering for Florida Kid Care, how can they do that?
So there are a lot of different ways that they can gain this information. One of the easiest ways is just visiting floridakidcare.org, which is the Florida Kid Care website. They do have all of this information listed on the website. If a family needed in-person assistance, they can reach out to our outreach center, Your Plate Health and Wellness Center, and the phone number for the center is 772-464-9617, and we do have staff in English, Spanish, and Creole to assist families as well.
Excellent. Let's repeat that number one more time, Sherry, so that everybody gets it.
Okay. The number for Your Plate Health and Wellness Center, which is a program of the Treasure Coast Food Bank where you can apply for kid care and other types of assistance, is 772-464-9617.
Sherry, and how many children do you estimate? I know you shared a number at the beginning, but if you did, let's repeat it. How many children in Florida are presently enrolled? And is the goal to get more children across the Treasure Coast enrolled in Florida Kid Care?
Yes, we want to make sure that every family, we believe every family ought to be covered. That is one of the things, one of the missions that we'd like to see all children who are eligible have the coverage that they need in order to get the services that they need when they're sick or not feeling well. Right now, approximately 2.3 million children here in the state of Florida have Florida Kid Care. So that's a wonderful thing.
And we want to make sure that all the children in the Treasure Coast, and we will certainly do our very best, Sherry, to make sure that they enroll for this program, because I'm very interested in what you mentioned. For many families, this actually could be a better fit than a health care plan or insurance plan through your employer or any other option that you might be offered. So it's something certainly worthwhile to look into.
Yeah, a lot of families, they can't afford their employer option just because of the high cost of health insurance these days. And a lot of times, even though the full pay plan can be, some people believe it's a little bit expensive. It does have, like I said, on that back end where you don't have that deductible, you don't have that co-insurance that you're trying to meet, in addition to paying your monthly premiums every month. So it does actually lower your healthcare cost a lot. I know a lot of families who have Florida Kid Care, and they're so grateful that when they do end up having to go to the hospital, they're not walking out of there with a large medical bill that they really have no way to pay.
Well, this is certainly very important information for our community, floridakidcare.org. And if you want more information about the Treasure Coast Food Bank, stophunger.org. Sherry, I want to ask you, are there any summer feeding programs that we should be aware of?
Yes, one of the things is the food bank. We do summer feeding, and some of our summer feeding sites normally they start as soon as school is out. However, because of the current situation, some of our feeding sites have started a little bit early, and we are picking up feeding sites over the next few weeks. You can find those feeding sites, or if you want to become a feeding site, you can visit our website once again, stophunger.org, and look under the summer food section program. One of the other ways that families can find out where the closest food site is for them is to visit summerbreakspot.com or call 211. 211, they have the information in the list of all of the summer feeding sites.
Sherry, a lot of our families are very active on social media. Are there any social media platforms where you post information?
Yes, the Treasure Coast Food Bank, we are all over social media. We do have a Facebook page, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm sure there's others that I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but we do have a lot of things on our social media, particularly our Facebook. We do post when we're having our mobile pantries, so families can see when we are having those as well through our social media. And if you want to link to the social media, you can actually do that through our website, stophunger.org, as well.
Sherry, I want to thank you for all the valuable information that you shared with us today. Again, stophunger.org is the website for the Treasure Coast Food Bank and Florida Kid Care if you need more information about getting health care for your little ones. That is very important. I also want to encourage our community to give back during this time of need. And you certainly gave us a lot of ideas that we can access through the website to really be able to help a family in need here in the Treasure Coast. Anything that we might have forgotten, Sherry, from the Treasure Coast Food Bank?
No, I think we covered it all. We are very grateful. We have seen, a lot of, even though we are seeing a higher number of families that are in need, the majority of our families that come out are very grateful, and encouraging to our staff, because our staff is working very hard during this crazy time. And we just really appreciate those families that have reached out to us, who've not only expressed words of gratitude, but donated their time, or even financial donations. We're just very grateful to the community as it is.
Sherry, thank you for joining me. We support the Treasure Coast Food Bank, and we want to encourage families to register for Florida Kid Care. And until next time, this has been Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn.